So just wanted to hop on and talk about the past few weeks. I'm just back from the job centre, the welfare office, and it was depressing as usual. And I would say the past few weeks have been kind of shit for me, principally because my mum works in a school, so she's just around the house all the time, and I have a really bad relationship with her, and it just lots of tension and everything. So with her being around 24/7 instead of her being here only a part of the time, it's definitely been a drag and much worse because I kind of feel like I don't have time to myself. It's just making things a lot harder than they need to be on a daily basis. So, and we had a bad relationship before I was unemployed as well. The behaviour didn't change just because I'm unemployed. So there was that. I would say that because just because I want to avoid conflict and the tension, I just sleep during the day. I just sleep all day, and I just do my applications on them at night, and I send them away in the morning, and then I go to sleep. So that's my routine in the summertime, and I also kind of do that, like sleep during the day, because it means that I don't need to see the outside world, which I can't really do much with. I've got no money and I don't want to be here where I'm at. It's like, it sucks to see it when it's a beautiful day outside and I can't do anything. So if I'm just awake during the night, I avoid that. Other than that, it's kind of killed a lot of enthusiasm I made for videos because I don't have any spare time, or I don't have the house to myself. Because of course, if I was doing videos, she would ask me who I'm talking to, and I've already spoken before how I don't get any support for me wanting to do like content creation or nothing. So it's been really, really tough, and I would say every summer of me moving back from uni has been like this. So that's been tough. She goes to work in 2 weeks though, so we'll be back to normal in 2 weeks and things are going to get a lot easier. But yeah, back from the job centre today, which is the welfare office, and I would say that it's the whole job market for me, or job search, is kind of taking a bit of a hit because I'm feeling a lot worse generally. Like, I send out less applications and I've kind of fallen off every few days. But I'm feeling pretty motivated, like since about the middle of last week, and because I'm over 25 now, the person I've got at the job centre welfare office, they call them your work coach. And before, the guy I had before was really chill, pretty cool, and just let me apply for my jobs, come in, have a brief chat, and they would let me go. But which is kind of weird because I remember growing up and just in general, you would hear things from like the media and just people saying that the people at the job centre are total cunts and they're always trying to like agitate you and they treat you with no respect, and they're just cunts, basically. They're trying to, apparently, right? And that didn't align with the guy I had before. But now that I'm 25 and I no longer get a person that looks from 18 to 24, I get like the actual work coach now. She is a total cunt. Just a total cunt. There's no way to describe her other than that. And a good example is, like, I applied for a job and it had a deadline, and the start date from the deadline was like 1 week later, which is weird because usually here you need time to review the applications and then send out your interviews, do the interviews and make a decision. So you're looking at least 2 or 3 weeks between application end date and your start date. So I mentioned that to her. I thought it was kind of weird that the start date is like 1 week after the application deadline. And she went, "Why does that bother you? You're unemployed." And I kind of felt like, what sort of response is that? I didn't say that, of course. Like, what kind of response is that? And just typical things like that. Like, just kind of a lot colder and a lot less friendly. And it's just kind of like, as if I need to have a bad attitude on top of like not getting a job. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was hard enough with the guy being nice, let alone like this bitch. So I think what else was going on. Oh yeah, another thing she makes me do, which is like so embarrassing, is I saw other work coaches do this, and it's like she'll look up some stuff like on Indeed and turn her screen around and show you like, oh, what do you think about this job? And like, she'll make me look at jobs on her monitor like I don't fucking do this every day. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, it looks good. And she's like, oh, well, you can maybe try reading it and then tell me what you think. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just stare at the screen for like a minute and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks good. And that's it. And yeah. And another thing is that the other guy before let me choose a time, and she doesn't let me choose a time anymore. And it's like, she gets me to go in at like 12 o'clock, whereas before I get to choose, I always chose at like 3 p.m. And like next week, she chose me to go in at like 11:30. So it's like, imagine the time to get up. I'm gonna have to get up at like fucking early morning. It's like fucking going to a job. Like, I have to get up at like 6, 7 o'clock. I need to do my hair. I need to get ready. I need to like travel all the way down. So that's kind of it. I've been kind of feeling shit anyway in general, because of course I'm kind of back to being on my own since, you know, I don't have the guy I was dating and I don't have my mate anymore. So I've just kind of been on my own. I went to Glasgow last week to get my hair done. I kind of went for like a mullet. I kind of got like, well, I'm going to grow this out still. The front and the back. But right now, it's just kind of short and it's just kind of like, yeah, that's that. I'm going to do this permanently now. Like before, when I was employed, I used to get my hair done every 8 weeks. And that was good because I had to for my job because of professional reasons and all that, like professional purposes. But since I've been unemployed, I kind of feel like I started doing it every 6 months, June, July and December. And I'm going to keep doing it that way because I kind of feel like it gives my scalp a break from the bleach. And I like when it grows out and it's all dark. And then before that, I just went to the park in Glasgow, Kelvin Grove Park, and I slept for like 2 hours. And apparently there was a big brawl in Glasgow between like left-wing protesters for Gaza and like right-wing Brexit people, like Reform Party. But I never saw anything like that, and I was in like Glasgow for a while. But someone said to me like maybe I was like asleep during it. I did sleep for like 2 hours in the park, so maybe it's on the grass because it was such a beautiful day. It was so serene. And they were like, imagine it's just like the footage comes out and it's like you asleep and the battle taking place around me. But I really doubt that though, because I would have heard them. So that was nice. I think I'm going to have to learn to do stuff on my own again, like to enjoy doing stuff on my own. Now that I've not got my mate. And I still don't feel like dating since that guy decided I'm going to wait until next February, March and then go back on Grindr and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't have much to say. Applying for jobs more, doing a lot of the tests, and the tests are fucking brutal for these like civil service stuff. I have to do my employment history, I have to do my qualifications, then I have to do a numeracy test, then I need to do a verbal test, and then I've got to do my personal statement. It can anywhere from 750 to 1,500 words, and then I need to do like one of these like puzzle riddle question type shit, and it's like managing a quality service, like detail and experience where you was able to, you know, do a where it aligns with this idea, and it's like managing a quality service. And it's kind of nebulous, but you got to use like this thing called a STAR format, and they give you like a guide on that. But that's fine because I've done that. But you only need like one or two examples, just so you can always use them in these different applications. But other than that, that's it. Don't have much to say. I want to get 2 cargo pants from Adidas. They're like colossal fit. They're like colossal fit track pants, 100% cotton, 1 in all. Like, they're nice. It's a very subtle pattern on these greyish black ones, and it's kind of like a camel, but not like an overt camel print on the kind of camel coloured ones. But they're 100 quid each, and I get my money in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna spend my spare money on them next week. And then after next month, I want to get into investing. I want to get into investing because I think being over 25 now, I've got to take life a bit more seriously. And I kind of in this situation because I kind of felt like I'd be able to kind of coast through life. And I thought things would always work out. I always kind of felt like I would get an admin job. I always thought I would get some sort of employment. But I realised that's not really the best way to plan your future. And I think investing would be good. Went on a forum and I said that I have £10 left at the end of every month. What can I do with it? They laughed at me for having £10 in my account. But they said that I could start, and anything's a good start. So I'm going to get £10 of Bitcoin in 2 months' time. And I'm also going to start getting my stomach with laser hair removal and the top of my like pubic area, because I wear low-rise jeans and I get my t-shirts cropped up a bit to show a tiny bit of my midriff, and I kind of feel like, see if I'm moving out anyway eventually, which I have to, I don't want to have to keep shaving my stomach, my like snail trail, so it just makes sense to get lasered. And it's like 25 quid, so makes sense to me. I don't have anything else to talk about now. I've given you a complete update on the past few weeks. So from about 2 weeks time, when Mum goes back to work, expect a lot more videos because I'll have the house to myself more. Hope you're all doing well. See ya.